Anya Taylor-Joy looks ethereal in a green maxi dress as she leaves SiriusXM Studios in NYC after promoting her new thriller series Lucky. Anya Taylor-Joy looked ethereal as she left the SiriusXM Studios in NYC on Wednesday. The actress, 30, has been in the city promoting her new Apple TV series Lucky, in which she co-produced alongside Reese Witherspoon. Stepping out in the Big Apple after chatting to radio host Andy Cohen, Anya looked incredible in a green maxi dress adorned with white lace on the neckline. She teamed the look with white strappy heels and accessorized with silver jewelry.
Is your pet ignoring the water bowl? The Veckin Pet Fountain keeps water circulating and uses 5-stage filtration to improve taste and reduce impurities. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/5 before it's gone.
Lucky, which premiered on Apple TV Plus on July 15, has been met with mixed reviews from critics, with some lambasting it as tediously formulaic, while others have said the actress is riveting. The Jet Wilkinson-directed Apple TV series follows Anya as con artist Luciana "Lucky" Armstrong, who is forced to go on the run once a multi-million-dollar heist does not go as planned. She is pursued by both the FBI and a ruthless crime boss, played by Annette Bening, on her runaway journey. Early reviews are now in after 2 episodes of the 7-part series were released on Wednesday. The Daily Telegraph awarded the series just 2 stars out of 5 and claimed Anya's streak of good fortune has run out. In a scathing review, TV critic Ed Power claimed it was filled with clichés and said Anya struggles to bring the lead character to life. He wrote, "Whatever the book has going for it, it surely isn't originality as translated to the screen. The story lands like a mashup of Pulp Fiction and one of those 90s Leonard adaptations that always seem to star Danny DeVito." Lucky also wants us to think Taylor-Joy's protagonist as a tough woman in the patriarchal world of organized crime. In fact, she is defined entirely by the men in her life in particular. Her husband and her mentor and father, played with roguish zest by Timothy Oliphant. He's the only member of the cast who seems to understand he's starring in a creaky Tarantino knockoff and has fun with the part. Taylor-Joy, by contrast, comes across as mildly discommoded throughout. Writing for Roger Ebert, Brian Tallarico also gave 2 stars and wrote, "Apple TV's Lucky is one of the most egregious examples of the "why isn't this a movie" problem of the modern streaming era. After a promising opening episode, it's another show content to spin its wheels to meet the episode order rather than develop the story at a reasonable pace. With 10 minutes, 15 minutes of plot and character development per 45-minute episode, it's a journey during which one is constantly envisioning the great film version of the exact same story, one that cuts away so much of the fat on what could have been a lean and mean thriller. The Guardian awarded Lucky 3 stars and called it classic summer viewing, but said the problem is that it refuses to commit to its nonsense. They wrote, "The script doesn't help, nor does the theme tune, which is performed by Fiona Apple in the manner of a blunderbuss elk. Our energies have sagged like hastily loosened slacks at a poolside buffet. Resistance feels like too much effort. So, let's raise our slush puppy to the good bits Ella Benning the sateen blouse on, and let's quietly flee through the nearest window from the rest. Whatever the book has going for it, it surely isn't originality as translated to the screen. The story lands like a mashup of Pulp Fiction and one of those 90s Leonard adaptations that always seem to star Danny DeVito." This 7-part thriller from your friends and neighbors creator Jonathan Tropper is a breathless affair from the off. Apple TV's Lucky is one of the most egregious examples of the "why isn't this a movie" problem of the modern streaming era. It's summer. Let's raise our slush puppy to the good bits Ella Benning the sateen blouse on, and let's quietly flee through the nearest window from the rest. This is a non-stop thrills show with a fast pace that builds up and up, introducing new complications in every episode while pushing forward momentum. Through Taylor-Joy's character, the series reminds us to face ourselves, even the broken and painful bits that feel shameful. Jonathan Tropper's take on the material is half frivolous lark, half self-important commentary, though Anya Taylor-Joy and a solid ensemble cast work hard to swim against the underdeveloped stream. In contrast, NME said the show was instantly gripping, filled with twists and lots of fun. Giving a 4-star review, critic Nick Levine wrote, "This 7-part thriller from your friends and neighbors creator Jonathan Tropper is a breathless affair from the off. Within the first 10 minutes, Lucky is already ducking and diving through Caesar's palace with the FBI on her heels, showing off the action chops she honed in 2024's Furiosa. A Mad Max saga, Taylor-Joy is riveting as Lucky, a gimlet-eyed opportunist with a conscience. Well, some of the time." While the critic acknowledged there were clichés within the script, they said, "Even with some corny and convoluted moments, Lucky works all the right angles." The Wrap gave Anya a glowing review as they called it her career best performance and called the thriller electrifying. They wrote, "Indeed, this show is an acting tour de force." Given how much of the show is just her face covering most of the screen, Taylor-Joy carries the story on her shoulders, portraying the desperation, the exhilaration, and the cunning that Lucky goes through in the story. If nothing else, Lucky more than makes up for the last time Taylor-Joy was a lead in an Apple TV project. And she does a fantastic job carrying the different aspects of her character as the show goes full pedal to the metal. This is a non-stop thrills show with a fast pace that builds up and up, introducing new complications in every episode while pushing forward momentum. There is a good balance of episodic and serialized storytelling, making this not a 7-hour movie, but a book turned into a TV show, with clear act breaks and a narrative that fits this medium. Variety also lauded Anya's portrayal of Lucky as they said. Following the resounding success of The Queen's Gambit, she was cast in the high-profile 2024 movie Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, where George Miller's spectacle overwhelmed her performance, and it bombed. Through Taylor-Joy's character, the series reminds us to face ourselves, even the broken and painful bits that feel shameful. It is about embracing the good and the bad before fully shedding what no longer serves you. As Lucky comes to understand, it's one thing to con other people, but the cost of conning yourself is often insurmountable. The Hollywood Reporter seemed divided as they wrote, "Jonathan Tropper's take on the material is half frivolous lark, half self-important commentary, wholly nothing in particular, though Anya Taylor-Joy and a solid ensemble cast work hard to swim against the underdeveloped stream."